Hello. Welcome to the first ever Moon Day Boon. Switching over from the Sunday Night Live series. Mondays suit my schedule much better. So I expect to be more consistent, coming to you live every Monday at 10 a.m. Mountain, noon Eastern, and it is 5 o'clock here in Portugal. A little bit early today, got some events this evening, but it's always a ballpark. I'm always on time. Hey Sierra, how's it going? Welcome to the Moon Day Boon. What's going on? Today is the autumnal equinox. So it's that 50-50 day, 12 hours of light, 12 hours of night. And there's a lot happening. Tomorrow, Rahu and Ketu are changing signs, or depending on your measurement, there's two ways to measure the nodes, right? There's the true node and the mean node. And so if you're measuring the true node, the Rahu and Ketu actually changed signs 2 or 3 days ago. But anyway, this week, Rahu and Ketu are moving from Gemini and Sagittarius into Taurus and Scorpio. So on Wednesday this week, I'm going to give a big, long 2-hour deep dive into what this means. First of all, literally, what is a node? What are we talking about when we're talking about the lunar nodes? And then we'll go through each and every sign so that you know what to expect for the next 18 months. We're going to look at where we've been and where we're going and what the big shifts are happening right now. Can you feel it? There's something, and if you're watching the stock market, watching, cryptocurrency prices, there's been this funny sort of thing where everything's sort of moving sideways and everybody's sort of looking at each other like, something's about to happen, but we don't really know what yet. And so the nodes are changing signs. There's all these shifts happening. Jupiter turning direct, Saturn turning direct soon. There's change in the air, and it's not quite here yet, but it's coming. So we want to be well prepared. We want to be well oriented, understanding where we are, which helps us understand what's happening around us, and then we can make skillful moves, adjustments as we go along. So please join for that web class. Where can you find that? There's a link in my bio to the New Moon newsletter, which has a link. I should probably switch that out to go directly to register for that. There's also a link on the homepage of my website in the current events section right on the homepage is that there's a link to register. So please do that. It'll be fun. And part of the registration is to let me know what sign you identify as so that I can really tailor it and focus on exactly what's happening for you. Okay, so that's a little bit about the astrology. Autumnal equinox. I've been talking to a lot of people about fall cleansing. Right, we do spring cleansing, and the autumn is the other sort of prime time of the year to do panchakarma, to do these sort of physical purifications to get ready for winter. I mean, it's ironic or sad to say, flu season is coming, right? We've had sort of the flu year, haven't we? But the vast majority of us are still relatively healthy, and so nonetheless we want to be ready for fall, ready for winter to come on. Hey Reese, good to see you, buddy. And so this is an important time to purify Pitta, right? To release all of the excess fire element that has built up over the summer. And the way to think about this is, okay, so all summer it's hot, right? And all that heat gets absorbed and stored in the body. That's how we become, in the spring when you have your first 70-degree day, it's burning hot and we're taking all our clothes off, right? But by the end of summer, it's 85, 90, and we're like, okay, yeah, it's hot, but it's not so devastating. And so we build up that tolerance. We've got all that heat in the body already, so that the temperature change isn't so much. As fall comes on and the temperatures drop suddenly, that's that sort of external flash freeze closes your pores and traps all that heat internally. And that's where a lot of fevers, colds, a lot of autumnal illness arises from that trapped heat. And so what we want to do at this time of year is flush it out. And the specifically indicated practice for that, according to the Ayurvedic texts, is called virachan. And this is a cleansing of the bowels. Favorite thing to talk about, right? Is and there's a whole wide variety, a full spectrum of intensity with which you can approach this practice. And of course, I'm happy to chat in more detail about this if you want to reach out. I was talking to a friend yesterday about Shankaprakshalana, which is not only one of my favorite words of all time, but one of the most potent practices ever. And basically, it is the old school version of colonic. But instead of going up the bum with a bunch of water, you're using gravity, and basically the procedure is to drink 16 ounces of warm salt water, and then do some twists and some very specific yoga poses, and then go back to 16 ounces of water, some poses, some twists. You're really doing like the washing machine internally, and then eventually you add a third step to that procedure where water, twists, toilet. Water, twists, toilet, and you start sweating, and it's really intense for a little while, and then eventually you can't do the twists anymore, or you're just sitting on the toilet doing the twists, and again, forgive me if this is too graphic, but this is what's happened. We all live in a body, right? So let's just be real about it. The sort of ideal outcome is that you drink the 16 ounces of water, and what comes out the other end basically looks like the 16 ounces of water that went in. And I've had this experience of sitting there and drinking the water, and the interoception, I've never had anything like this, that I could feel it go down my throat, into my stomach, around my small intestines, up through my ascending colon, transverse, and out. And I just felt it all the way through, and it came out, and I looked down, and it was mostly clear. I was like, whoa. And then I knew I was done, and I was very grateful that this was like a 2 or 3 hour process. And so then I took a nap, and it was really nice. So yeah, it's that time of year. Isn't that exciting? So again, okay, so that's on the more extreme end of how we can purify Pitta, right? Pitta lives in the small intestine. And this is where most of our digestive process happens. And so this is where we really want to cleanse, purify, flush out all that Pitta that's accumulated over the summer, so we can be ready for wintertime. And there's a whole very detailed procedure. The less intense version involves some castor oil and ginger tea. Really, really simple, more gentle way of cleansing. And again, use your own intelligence and discretion with this. Strongly recommend working with your healthcare practitioner, whether that is me or someone else you trust, just to have a reference point, right? Just want to be safe, err on the side of caution when it comes to your health and wellness. That's sort of what I came to talk about today. And I wonder if you guys, tell me what's going on out there. Reese, how are you? What's happening, buddy? Sierra and Reese, do you two know each other? I feel like you guys would be famous friends. If you two don't know each other, let's all jump on a call soon, because I would love to introduce you. It'd be fun. Pow in Africa, how are you, my friend? So nice to see you. Okay, if nobody's going to say anything back, I'm going to be done here. This is the, okay, yeah, Sierra and Reese, noted. Okay, I can give a little personal update. I'm here in Lisbon, Portugal. I'm in this little sound booth in a co-working space, which I really like. It makes me feel super official, although it's also, because it's soundproof, it's also sealed and it's getting hot. And I just spoke with a lawyer, and it sounds like I'm a good candidate for residency here. They're gonna let me stay. And so working out what that looks like long term, and again, just talking to a friend back in the States and feeling inspired and hopeful about life and the future on one hand, and still grieving and worrying about the world and the sense of grief for all that has been lost or left behind, and it's sort of hey. There's everything is everything, right? There's a full spectrum of experience available, and there in this tumultuous time, there's so much opportunity, and it's hard and overwhelming sometimes. Cabo Verde. Yeah, I would love to come visit. That sounds great, pal. Let's do it. Yeah. Okay, great. Sign me up. But yeah, I'm gonna get settled here first. And as soon as I get settled, I need to start taking some Portuguese lessons, and I need to learn how to surf, because I apparently it's like just fundamentally wrong of me to live here if I don't know how to surf. So that's the thing that worries me, though, is I've always been like I rollerblade and water ski and ski downhill, right? But I never skateboarded, I never snowboarded, and so surfing is that sort of sideways orientation, and that we'll see. I need to practice that. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to finish up here. Quick summary. It's the autumnal equinox, prime time to be cleansing, Pitta-purifying practices, and so that is not necessarily cooling things, right? To do cooling things sort of has a tendency to like squash a fire, and that's not necessarily what we want to do, because we want to keep your Agni strong. We don't want to smush your digestive fire, but we do want to cleanse out the excess of it. So Virachan, which is the cleansing of the bowels, basically. So laxative type practices, and again, full spectrum of intensity available with that. So again, like if we can go gradually into the cooler season, right? But we don't want to like all of a sudden start chugging aloe vera juice and smothering ourselves in coconut oil. That is going to perform the same function as the cool external temperatures and trap that heat. So we want to flush the heat out first. Okay, so that's fall. The nodes are changing signs. This happens once every 18 months. It's a big deal. It's the karmic axis. The whole world's priorities and motivations and moods are about to shift and are shifting. You can sort of feel it in the air. So join me on Wednesday for a 2-hour-long web class. We're going to go through every sign in detail, what to look for, what's likely, what to expect. You can go to my website, vedadave.com, and that's on the front page. And I love you, and I'll see you soon. Okay, see you next Monday. The Moon Day Boon back in action here. Okay, take care, y'all. Bye.